Mr. Sharp, at a recent roundtable on climate change, a major issue discussed was meeting workforce needs in a green-collar economy. Can you talk about workforce challenges you see with this transition to a green economy?
Well, I think in many respects, green jobs are in some cases no different than normal jobs, other than that they are in industries that have, a green focus, so such as energy efficiency or maybe in the renewables industry. In fact, many times, like be it roofing or other areas, these are opportunities that are no different than other ones, other than the fact that they're in areas that people are now pursuing in the green jobs area. So I think it's really not. I think it's not as big a challenge in terms of training or things like that, since I think a lot of the skills that people need are ones that they already have. It's more of a marketing focus to look at how do I develop products that are focused on, climate change, focused on energy efficiency, and I see the industry making that shift. It's actually moving now to saying, all right, I was making a product that was of some type, I can make some changes to it, and now it cuts the carbon emissions, and many times those are easy changes to make. It's having the interest and the will to do it, and I think that provides opportunities then for what become green jobs.
How do you think we should ensure that both rural and underserved areas are able to take advantage of these new opportunities?
Well, I think that may be in the form of incentives around some of these newer technologies. Number one, I think in terms of being able to help people develop develop innovations and help them bring them to market, as I was saying earlier. So I think that's one way that can be done. I think in some of those underserved areas, their costs of labor may be less, so that provides opportunities to provide a more economic approach. So.
Okay. Yeah. Well. Let me just take this opportunity to thank you all. This is an issue that's not going away, and we'd rather be at the table, and something is going to happen, and we have to make sure that the concerns and issues that are important to the small business sector are represented and discussed. Here in Washington, when we pass legislation, often we find unintended consequences. So I hope that we could be proactive in having an open, honest discussion as to what legislation that is drafted and passed here reflects the issues of everyone that is going to be in one way or another directly or indirectly impacted by such legislation. So I want to thank all the witnesses for today's testimony. The committee will continue to play an active role as climate change legislation goes forward. In coming days, I will be writing to our colleagues on the Energy and Commerce Committee with a number of recommendations for how legislation can be crafted in a way that protects the needs of small businesses. And now, thank you again, and the committee and the hearing stands adjourned.